The Basilica of San Vitale in Ravenna was built between the Gothic and Byzantine domain. Begun in 527 by Bishop Ecclesius, it was consecrated on the 17th of May 548 by Bishop Maximian, confidential man of affairs in Italy for the Eastern Emperor Justinian. As for the Basilica of Sant'Apollinare in Classe, this church was built with the powerful economic contribution of Julius Argentarius, a rich banker who gave 26,000 gold pieces for the cause. Even if in ancient times it was quite common for rich and powerful families to support the construction of churches and worship places, the huge amount of money made available not for one but for two basilicas of such grandeur suggests that this character was nothing but an emissary of the Byzantine power in Italy. We should not forget that at the time Ravenna was under the aegis of Theodoric, and the discretion was necessary. Outside, the structure is formed by two concentric octagons, the highest of which is used to support the inner dome. The taste for the central plan is a typical Eastern concept, and this can be proved by the fact that, as the Basilica of San Vitale was being built, the famous church of Santa Sofia was being built in Constantinople, showing similar architectural elements. The orientation of the building is to the east, the direction of the sunrise, identified with God and clearly derived from the Middle East. The outer walls are very sober, free from any form of sophistication, with the exception of the pilasters interrupting the series of polychrome windows. The only note of color, as in the case of the Basilica of Sant'Apollinare in Classe, is given by the alternation of 4 cm tall red brick with lime layers of the same thickness, giving the structure a particular white and red appearance. This decorative outdoor poverty, which contrasts with the chromatic wealth of the mosaics inside, falls within the early Christian culture, according to which the greater the brightness of the soul, the more modest is the outward appearance. The elegant octagonal shape is interrupted by the buttresses added in the 11th century and the 2 external structures opening at the sides of the apse, called bastofori. These environments are typical of the architecture of Constantinople too. The bell tower is dating back to the 10th century and was partially rebuilt after an earthquake in 1688. A curious note is the narthex from the hall, reserved for neo-catechumens and flagellant penitents, proper of early Christian churches. It is not perfectly in line with one of the sides, but is placed obliquely compared to them, probably because at the time it embraced the other previously consecrated spaces. In the inside part, the church reveals more clearly the 2 octagonal previously expressed rings. 8 great pillars create as many niches of great visual impact. Above these, there is an ambulatory or women's gallery, that is a space reserved for women according to the Eastern use that was highly discriminatory against the gentle sex. The 16-meter diameter dome that completes the environment was built with a clay pipe technique. This technique, widely used by Byzantine builders, allowed to create a semi-spherical covering through a series of pipes fitted one into the other. In practice, they were bottle-shaped bricks without bottom, which were placed in circular and concentric series, with a gradually decreasing diameter. In this way, the vaulted roofs were particularly light and resistant. This permitted to create much more slender wall structures with a greater number of windows, doors, and arches, while helping to ensure a greater slimness, coupled with a significant cost savings. The size of the dome of San Vitale is, however, considerable and allows the covering to push outwards. This is the fundamental reason why there are very imposing pillars, an upper ambulatory, and buttresses on the outside, all measures used to prevent possible saggings. The skill of the builders is noteworthy, as they prevented the collapse of a spherical structure with other circular ones, such as the arches and vaults that give the church a great airiness. The resultant effect is to expand outward from the center. This incessant repetition of fullness and emptiness, which does not always subtend the structural function, gives the room a particular metaphysical significance. It refers to the concept of God as infinite power spreading everywhere and in all directions. Although in this environment, mosaics are definitely grabbing the spotlight compared to the remaining architectural aspects, it is also true that the feeling of power and strength guaranteed by the basilica structure reinforces the importance of the religious message.